Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to the Noisy Pixel Podcast, the official podcast of NoisyPixel.net, where we cover gaming news, reviews, previews, but mostly talk about ourselves. I am not your host. I am your friend, Victor Aparicio, and joining me is Azario Lopez.
Hello, Victor.
And Ian, I forgot your last name again.
It's Goudelock.
Goudelock. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you.
Ian's first time.
This is
Ian's
my first time ever podcasting.
Oh,
anything.
period.
Ever?
Yeah, period.
Period?
Yeah, this is
Wow.
my first.
Well, I have 2 failed podcasts, so I think I'm ahead.
All right, yeah.
So, how's everyone doing? Yeah,
I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired.
a little tired.
It's been a day of announcements, but now that we're all together,
Yeah,
all the stress is just gone
I know.
away.
It's so summer in here. Every bead of sweat is just melting away, and I'm just feeling very calm.
Oh,
Hanging out with you guys right now.
Oh.
Yeah. How are you? Ian?
I'm good. I was Christmas shopping, and I'm glad to be out of that. So I'm here talking about games.
You both have Ray-Ban glasses. Are those
Do we?
like? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
I just realized
this
that
is
right
the
now.
cool side
Yeah.
of the table.
Noisy Pixel Podcast is recorded every week and posted to podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play, and a lot more, right? I'm pretty sure on every major platform.
well, our RSS feed was broken for a while until someone messaged us saying, "Hey, your RSS feed's broken." It must have been broken for probably 3 months. Because I know how I broke it, but I didn't ever fixed it. So someone told us, and then
That was nice.
yeah, and I fixed it. So if you want to add us to your feedly,
Yeah,
go ahead. NoisyPixel.net/feed.
If you want to send questions and comments for us to regale on the tale, please, you can send that to just send it to me, right?
Yeah,
So Victor at noisypixel.net.
yeah. Victor
Send 'em-
needs
send 'em
some
over.
Victor needs some email friends.
Yeah, let's get some fans on the show. It'll be a great time. And let's get this going.
You're a lot
So-
better at this than Brian is.
Well, I have a script in front of me that I feel awkward hovering over my face.
It's okay.
But let's start with what you're playing, and I want to start with our brand new friend here, Ian. Ian, what have you been playing lately?
Oh man, so Black Friday happened. And I bought a lot of games that I've already played, which sounded good on Switch. So I got Dark Souls, I got Castlevania Collection, which I played a little bit of that, but I mean I've played all those games, and I probably should have gotten Jedi Fallen Order, but I did not. So now I'm playing all the Star Wars games I have, and just going back and playing Super Star Wars on SNES. I've been playing that, and so I have the actual, you've seen it, the edition. My PS4 is like the Darth Vader. Yeah. So I started playing some more Battlefront.
Is that a pro model? No.
No.
It's it's about how I remember it being. So so a lot of Star Wars games and prepping for the movie, which
I was about to say, are you excited about the movie?
it's I don't know. I've with Star Wars, I'm I never get my hopes up really, but I like Star Wars.
Fair.
But I just
That's why The Mandalorian's so good, because you didn't expect it.
good. It is so good. Yeah, I love
It also
that show.
might be good because the episodes are pretty short.
Yeah.
Are
So
they?
it doesn't give you time. It doesn't give you enough time to be disappointed because you're like, oh, that was only 20 minutes.
Yeah.
How long before people realize that that's not Yoda?
They have to know because Disney released the official timeline, and it happens after 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, because
So-
they're building a new.
Spoilers for
Yeah,
Star Wars.
But I guess the new thing that Baby Yoda-ers are saying is that there's no official name given, so we can say whatever we want because there's no name. I just hope that they don't tie that in with the movie.
They don't know his race. You would think some book would cover what race he is.
Oh, there's probably some major nerd out there that's knows who it is, but doesn't have an online voice.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
I don't think if they did, I don't think it's canon anymore now that it's Disney.
that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, a lot of Star Wars
a lot of
games and
Fallen Order.
Mandalorian is good, and I don't know what to think about the movie. I'm just gonna, I always try to say like, hey, if it's better than the prequels, then I'm mildly happy. So I try not to be too much of a hater, but I don't know.
Anything you reviewed recently?
Yeah, so I have 3 reviews up, and Hero Land was actually it was kind of a delight. I like that one. It's pretty straightforward, so I could see maybe where people might get tired of it, but for anybody that hasn't listened or watched or read the review, it's kind of meta. It's about these tourists that go and kind of live out RPG fantasies, and you play as their tour guide. So you're kind of guiding them along, telling them when to be like offensive, defensive, and I wasn't sure about the mechanics of the game, but it works out pretty well. Yeah, it's a fun one. Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah,
It's made by the Mother 3 devs.
Yeah, the writer.
Really?
Yeah, the writer of Mother 3. So the writing is super
It's great.
yeah.
It's
Funny, it's charming.
Yeah. It definitely has its own kind of humor, but I think most people would find that humor pretty like up their alley. But if you're not, I could see where it'd be really, you'd be like, oh my god,
Yeah, this is annoying.
Yeah, but it is really funny. Yeah, a little bit more adult than I was expecting too. I would say like PG-13. Yeah, not
A little innuendos.
a lot of innuendos.
Little side boob.
Yeah, a little pixelated. Yeah, it's like very pixelated.
Pixel side groups. I saw some.
Yeah.
Let's go next. Azario.
I've been playing this game called, I beat it. You'll see the review up soon. It's called Mosaic. It's out now. It's you could probably beat it in like 2.5 hours. But it's an indie game, and it kind of stars this worker guy, I guess, and he wakes up in the morning and he deals with like monotonous life of like going to work and existing and paying bills and stuff. But the imagery that it kind of focuses on kind of makes you think, like, whether or not you have a life where you have to go to work in the morning, there's things about it that you might find yourself relating to. But then it gets kind of fantastical, where he will see someone who is playing music on the street and will stop and watch him, but because of that, he misses it, or he's late to work. And it's interesting. I liked it, but I think you should read my review on it, because there are some parts where it just drags, and it's only 2.5 hours, so it shouldn't drag. But there's I don't know, it gets a little too obtuse.
Well, there are plenty of movies that drag, and those are like 90 minutes.
Yeah, but this is more the sense where they're just showing you the same things over and over again.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I don't know. You should definitely watch my review. It's called Mosaic, or check out the game. It's out everywhere. I think it's even on iOS now. But that's it. I'm trying to get through Shenmue 3, and it's getting kind of hard.
How is that? Did you talk about that already?
I haven't talked about it.
Okay.
I'm waiting to beat it. It's just I keep falling asleep every time I play it.
It's really good, huh? Yeah.
That's a box quote.
There's this random parts where you just have to like be strong enough to fight somebody, but then you have to train, but training takes super long. So now you're just training for like 2 days straight, doing the same training regimen. And it's just like, God, it's a tedious game.
Gotcha.
With like clever systems that don't always play out. I mean, it's Shenmue. Like, I played Shenmue as a kid, so I mean, it's what I remember, and that's kind of what sucks.
That's frozen in time.
Is that what I remembered necessarily wasn't that good of a game? I mean, for RPG fans, my favorite RPG used to be Beyond the Beyond, and everyone says that game sucks. And I don't see it.
And I disagree.
So it's stuff like that. You know, it's like we have these ideas that these games were really good growing up, and then we return to them, or we're introduced to something that tries to mimic them a little bit. We're just let down.
Yeah.
I think it's easier too to put your head in that time and be like, okay, this is, but when it's something that is of this year, it's harder pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be all I'm working on. There's a couple. Oh, I'm still working. I'm my SD Gundam review should be coming up soon too. So
Oh, sick.
unless it's out now when you listen to this, because we're recording kind of early in the week.
Oh, it was supposed to be normal day. This is supposed to be the recording day, but things happen.
Things happen.
Brian under the bus, but I won't do it this time.
No, not this time.
I'll do it later.
Let me know what you're playing.
Yeah. So right now for review, I'm playing Everreach Project Eden, and it's actually pretty neat. Like it's done by a really small team. I believe. What was it, like 7-8 people? I think.
I think so.
And basically what it is like it's one of those third person, like a little bit of adventure shooters. When you just kind of look at a screenshot of it or like a few seconds of it, you're just like, it's like, oh, okay, they're trying to be like a Mass Effect, but it's like a much more like focused version of that they're not, it's not like overly ambitious in terms of just like you go over here and mine this and do stuff and then you have a giant team. It's a lot more of a focused story than that, of a corporation like Earth's not gone. It's just really desolate, and the only living beings apparently on it are like these conglomerates and giant and like just a bunch of stuff. So it's all polluted, it's all gone to hell. So like, okay, let's go to another planet and clearly fuck that up. So Everreach goes on to this next planet, Eden, and like they touch down and like they're basically commercializing like this whole like, we're colonizing it and then you could be the first colonizers and it's gonna be great and like come with, and then like it's that somewhat stereotypical story of being just like only rich people can afford to go there and like all that stuff, and the whole thing's messed up and all the corporations are fighting over this one planet. This is pretty funny. Well, at least I think that's funny. That's probably our near future for all we know. And but yeah, but you just play one of these like not a mercenary, but like a trained person to go over there, because apparently everyone's causing a bunch of ruckus, so they send you there to bring down the ruckus. Yeah, a soldier. So it's pretty fun. Like I said, when you first glance at it, it's like it looks pretty impressive. The visuals are pretty nice.
It looks very double A
for the team they have. And there's a lot of other opinions that I have about it that I'll talk about later. But yeah,
is it as buggy as the latest Mass Effect?
Well, what's that?
Is it as buggy as the latest Mass Effect, or because you're talking about similarities there? Or is
I'm not necessarily warping through walls. But I am getting stuck on geometry that's like the size of a shoe. So that's fun.
Yeah.
It's really interesting the stuff we get in review codes sometimes where they're like, listen, this game is not perfect. Please take that into consideration. It's like, okay, now I know what I'm getting myself into a little bit.
That's great. But also by the time you hear this, Life is Strange 2 Episode 5, the final episode, Wolves, is out. And, I've been a fan of the Life is Strange game since the beginning. So, like, it's been a real big treat reviewing that game. And it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not 100% satisfied with the way it ends, like, especially compared to the first game.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a lot of wild stuff was happening. Yeah. But since you play a character where like you're not the one with the powers and the stuff's not necessarily happening to you, you're just trying to guide your brother towards the right way. It doesn't end like all crazy and like mind bending and stuff like that, which is fair when you understand that. But like still, like it ended like a Lifetime movie a little bit.
What's the new?
At least my ending, of course.
What's the new Don't Nod game that's being developed? Or
ooh, good question.
Two twins or something like that. And
I almost said Twin Peaks, but that's the other thing.
I almost
Twin Mirrors.
No.
I've been looking forward to playing that though. The way I've played the first Life is Strange is all of the chapters are out, and then I played it all the way through, and then I played. Is it Before the Storm?
Before the Storm.
Yeah, and
Chloe.
Yeah, and then I'm looking forward though to playing. I haven't played any of the chapters of this one yet, so yeah, it's good though, huh?
Yeah,
I love really the first one.
I really like it.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's what I thought of when I heard this.
I also see Twin Mirror.
Yeah, Twin Mirror is one of there, but we forget about that one because I hear it wasn't that good. So, so no one talks about that.
Tell you why it's good?
No, Tell Me Why is the name of the game.
Wolves?
No, Tell Me Why is the name of Don't Nod's new game.
I don't know.
You didn't know that? It's
Oh, tell me, why is the name?
Oh
I thought you were
no, this
literally
is like
asking me a
a
question.
this is like a who's on first skit. Oh,
Oh my
no,
God.
Line?
no, no.
Like,
no, tell me why is the name of a game.
I like that name. That's a good
Yeah.
name. I don't remember watching that trailer. I don't remember that.
They have a trans character in there.
That's right. Now I remember. It was at the
Yeah.
Xbox thing.
Yes. And then now they're marketing it. First trans character in a video game.
Is it really though?
Buy.
Yeah, there's probably so many games that just don't say it out loud. Like it's in some strategy guide description somewhere that's like, "Well, this goes."
I think because I think you could talk about games that did it very politically incorrect and like Poison.
Yeah, I think
which is still kind of a weird.
I think the best game that I've seen recently and I'm playing right now is SD Gundam. And it's only because they do the Iron-Blooded Orphans kind of storyline, which has 2 gay characters, but they never say it, you know? Everyone just knows. And it's pretty interesting how that dynamic plays out. And kind of sad. Just the events that happen. Yeah, the story is
not
sad.
a happy game.
Well, Iron-Blooded Orphans is more like political, so
Oh yeah.
Okay.
so it's like they're going to war.
Mm.
But that's how you handle that, and I don't think that marketing your first trans character is the best idea.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Yeah, tell me why you.
Why you did that.
You know, I think if it was like from a genuine place where it's like the developers are really excited, but anytime anything comes off where it seems like it's marketing, you kind of wonder the intentions of behind the actual move of it.
Yeah. Do you guys actually care about this?
Yeah.
This movement, or
Which I hope they do. You know,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna do that, like don't just do. I don't know.
I sure hope it's not like some like marketing guy in a meeting somewhere who's like he has a graph and he's just like, guys, the next big demographic is trans
That's
people.
it too.
Look at all this money we could have.
I mean, journalistic websites do it all the time with outrage articles. I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
You think they care about that stuff? Anything that they write about, they don't actually care about it. They just know it's gonna bring clicks.
That's the thing too. Is like maybe the developer are just like, oh, that's, you know, we just have this, and then somebody else is like, oh, as the marketing team, I know how to, and it's like.
It's a marketing thing.
Yeah, and I don't know.
The developer's just chilling, and the marketer's like, "Oh, I can get money off of this."
I don't know.
I also immediately X out the next web articles and Polygon articles. Don't want to hear it. No, I'm just kidding. What's next? News. News is next.
Okay.
News.
Let's move on to the news.
But Newton news.
Is that the?
I just
That's set in stone now. You have to.
I'm like staring dead in like Azario's eyes because I want him to be so mad.
I'm not mad. I'm new here.
It's like, what are you guys doing with my namesake?
I'm new here.
You set the precedent. Now you just have to edit that into every podcast now.
Okay, so as of recording, today was the PlayStation State of Play thing, live stream, whatever you want to call it, as well as Nintendo's. We're going to start with State of Play because they decided to start at the freaking ass crack of dawn at 6 a.m.
Sorry, I love that.
Yeah. Well, I should probably plug first. I did play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
That's right.
And that's why I was so tired, because they had me play it, and then the preview embargo was set for the next day.
Yeah.
And so I was up all night editing video, and oh god. And then I woke up and there's just like 50 freaking announcements. And Nintendo's thing was at 10 a.m. So I'm like, okay, well, geez, it's gonna be a long day. But for State of Play, saw that new, what is that Babylon's Fall from Platinum Games and Square Enix. And there's something missing, Victor.
Oh, what would that be, Azario?
2B.
That's right.
And you know what? I don't know how this game is going to do without a female pro tag. Because let's be honest, why did we buy Nier Automata if not for 2B? And now this is like the Otome version or something?
I'll be honest. I saw some gameplay trailers and I was just like, that looks pretty cool, but like that seems like a game I can buy later. And then no joke, when I saw the character, I was just like, well, maybe there's like a good story to this game. No,
I'm hoping that it is set in the Drakengard universe because I think Drakengard is an amazing series. Even the third one, I even like the third one. But I hope they still continue it. I don't actually know who's working on this game right now. But it looks a lot like that game from that Chinese developer, Ying Bing or whatever his name is, who's at the China Hero Project. Gosh darn it, I can't even think of the name of the game. But it looks a lot like that game, which is a kind of blends Devil May Cry and those types of games. But it already looks like I've played this game, which sucks. Like when Nier Automata was revealed, I hadn't played something like that, and now I see this and the swords are flashing around and I'm like, well, I've seen this before. Yeah. I've played this already. So I don't know. It looks cool, but I could have used some bathing suit DLC. Not gonna lie.
We all could.
That's what we've got.
What's weird? That one's fault has nothing to do with this, but for some reason, I must have been just so tired as well, because that's when I start work and I go in, I'm just like, oh, I hate work, and then I was like, oh right, I gotta watch the thing, and that's just the kind of job I have. I can just sneak in the corner and be like, I'm working, and then just watch the thing. But I don't know why, but the first thing I thought, I was just like, whatever happened to that Capcom game Deep Down?
Oh, rest in peace.
Oh, is it canceled now officially?
I don't think they renewed their
trademark or something.
Their trademark, maybe. But I heard something about it. Who cares though?
It looked cool. You gotta admit it looked cool when you first saw it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Come on. You shielded a dragon's fire breath.
I'll pretend it looked cool though. I mean, I don't know.
It was part of the Dark Souls of our generation, and now we'll never get to have it.
That's pretty much what I was banking on, and they're like, oh crap, we can't do this because it's been done so many times before.
Anyways, I had nothing to do with it. That was just a weird thought I had in the middle of the day. But what else was it? Untitled Goose Game. Really hard.
Well, they did some Untitled Goose Game stuff?
Yeah, because I would have sworn it was already on PS4, but apparently now it's coming to PS4.
Fuck that game.
What? I still haven't played it, but I really want to play it. I really want to play it.
Again, another game that's all these shitty fucking journalists are writing about Goose Game, all the streamers and shit. Brother, there are so many good games that you should be playing, and here you are talking about...
Yeah, one of them's Goose Game.
No, there is no game there.
Yeah, there is. There's objectives.
There is no game there, Victor. This is hype that has been created because the internet community thinks they're freaking clever, and so Reddit starts talking about this game, and then the journalists at Polygon, they're like, oh crap, Reddit's talking about this Goose Game, gotta put out 10 articles about stealing stuff. Here comes Polygon, here comes Kotaku, and why does every episode have me talking about these websites? Regardless,
because we love it.
Regardless, fuck that game.
Wait. How do you feel about Donut County? Same thing?
Game was kind of cute, but no one talked about it. That's why I'm like, that game's cool, because nobody talked about it.
So if nobody was talking about Untitled Goose Game, you'd be like, why is nobody talking about Untitled Goose Game?
I probably would.
Yeah. I gotta see.
It's a good call out.
Yeah. No, it's I actually heard about it because I listened to a lot of podcasts from Melbourne area, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, well, I hope they do well. And then they did that, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. I think they're doing okay now. But I know what you mean. Like, there are a lot of games that don't get the love they deserve. I do like Geese though. So yeah, I do like Geese.
I like playing good games.
Dinosaurs. The Descendants of Dinosaurs.
That just isn't one.
Okay, let's talk about a game you absolutely love, which is Kingdom Hearts Remind DLC.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that game.
You got a date. What's the date?
It's like January 27th.
Okay.
I guessed.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Did I see a squall in there? There was a squall.
Oh, yeah, there was a squall. There was an Aerith.
Where's Cloud, though? Where's Sephiroth? How do you say it? Sephiroth?
Sephiroth. It says it in the goddamn song. Sephiroth.
That's true. that's just the way I've been pronouncing it since I was a kid.
Well,
yeah.
But did you guys ever? Okay, Final Fantasy X.
I know it.
Okay.
I know of it.
Okay. Did it ever weird you out when it was finally like official? They're like, it's Tidus.
Yeah.
That never sat well with me.
No.
That's all I had to say.
It's definitely
Tidus. I don't know.
If I'm doing a video though,
Yeah.
I'll say Titus because I don't
yeah.
want to get crucified.
It's actually Titus. To this day, after all these freaking ports, someone will still come after you.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
came after
Oh,
me
yeah.
today because I accidentally said that Babylon's Fall was announced today because I was like writing all the news and they started off their comment with actually. And I was like, okay.
They're like, my moment
You
has
got
come.
me. My 10 articles I wrote today, and you found the one that I messed up. I mean, there's probably multiple screw ups, but I try. Sorry.
We also got a date for Dreams, that game that's just been, just delayed over and over again.
Is that I thought
That's-
Dreams was already out.
No, like this weird creators beta has been out where people have been
That
making
hasn't been the
stuff.
game?
No, that's funny, right? So for like the longest time, people would get like I think at a time it was like a special like PlayStation Plus or invite only kind of thing, and then there are times where it's been open, but it's been closed a lot. And yeah, that's where you keep getting those Twitter clips from. Like I was confused too. I've been confused for the longest time. But,
Someone made Final Fantasy VII in Dreams.
and
Yeah, well, I could play Final Fantasy VII on any goddamn console. Make a goddamn game.
quite literally, you can probably play it on some microwave somewhere. And but now it has the full game release. That's going to be February 14th, 2020.
Oh, is that
Which is the most ridiculous sounding year I've ever heard in my life.
It's also
Valentine's?
Day.
Valentine, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Get it? Because date.
Yeah.
I don't know. So when you get that game, be sure to make a giant heart and ask your fiance to come in and look at it so she can pre-divorce you right
No
that
one's
moment.
gonna get that game.
So yeah,
No one's gonna get that game. I think they're gonna close that studio. What is it? What's the name?
Medium Molecule.
Medium Molecule. Yeah. Unless they make a Tearaway right away, like after
Tearaway, Wide Away.
Tearaway.
That's the
Right
subtitle.
Away.
You made it right now. What else? We got Resident Evil 3, which was people thought it was just like, oh, it's just Project Resistance, yay! But it turns out that's just included with Resident Evil 3 now, so that's super cool.
I don't know why people were shitting on Project Resistance. That game looks dope.
I thought it looked a bit sluggish, but I was just watching some gameplay trailer somewhere.
Let me tell you something. What was that PS2 Resident Evil game? Outbreak.
I love Outbreak.
Dude.
I love watching my friend play. I never played it my entire life.
I spent so much time in Outbreak. I made friends. I should find those guys.
Yeah, you guys will like partner up, team up again.
Blunt-head 420 and
But I think
Cox McGee.
it's when people talk about bad with Resident Evil, I still think they're like better than a lot of games. It's just maybe not the expectation either, or the tone. A lot of times it's the tone, maybe.
Yeah, maybe people just have like 4 just so high on a pedestal. Probably.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah,
It wasn't that good.
yeah, okay.
What about
4 was good, but like it wasn't Resident Evil. I'll tell you that. It
just Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just that's where it all changed. That's where it went all
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah, they didn't even capitalize it.
Those weren't even zombies.
No, they're
phew.
Las Fuegas.
Las
know.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms there.
What was the light game on PS2 where you had light gun and like you can move around a bit in first person?
Oh yeah, that one was good. Dead
Was
Aim.
it?
That
Oh,
game.
yeah.
That was a good one.
Wait, maybe Dead Aim was on PlayStation.
Was it Umbrella something?
Umbrella Stories or something?
Umbrella
not
Light
that one.
Rail.
Not that one. Get that trash out. Okay. But no, yeah, the PS2 one, like my nostalgia tells me that's probably the best game that ever happened. And it should be on the top list of games of the decade. But if you guys don't have anything else for State of Play, we can move on to the Nintendo stuff.
There was one game. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. The Superliminal.
I don't know anything about this game. So.
Okay, so it kind of messes with like your perspective. It's like a 3D puzzle, and you enter something, and something might look small, but it's actually the size of
I
the
do
room.
know this game.
Okay, you do know this game?
Yeah, so
I
you
don't know.
you use
Yeah.
perception to kind
Yeah.
of get yourself out of these situations where you
Yeah.
can grow and decrease the size of an item in this cube.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So it's all like
I played it. I played it a little bit.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's an interesting game.
Yeah.
Made by a really small team of people, but it took a little getting used to.
Sure.
Just kind of trying to understand turning an item and then stepping back to change your perspective. And then when you walk forward, it's like the whole thing has changed. It's really trippy.
It looks trippy.
But, I mean, it's no Goose game, I guess.
No, not even close. So let's see. I'll just spitball these out. We got Spellbreak, which is a battle royale game.
Boring.
You know what I think is boring? Every time a battle royale game comes out, it's still a bunch of military dudes and guns. Boring. Out of here. Overplayed. So Magic.
You want to see
I'm all about
lolly
it.
girls and
Zara, tell
bathing
me
suits.
That's true. Tell me this isn't the best idea you ever heard. I made this idea on another podcast I'll go unnamed, and I've been praising it. It has to be made.
Okay, tell me.
So you know Tokyo Jungle?
I know it.
Yeah. What if Tokyo Jungle was a battle royale, and every time you got killed, you turned into a stronger monster, kind of like Gun Game in CS:GO. And then get this, then the game title, Tokyo Jungle Apex Predator.
Speaking of Predator,
like it.
there's a Predator multiplayer game.
Terminator.
That's
Predator.
right.
Yeah.
That's another
Terminator
one. That is a segue. Of,
Predator, Terminator.
Yeah,
That is a
I think there's a comic that's literally Terminator versus Predator.
that is a segue if I ever heard it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, there you
First
go.
time.
Thanks for getting Victor out of that situation where I had to critique his game.
You know,
Okay. But yeah, and Paper Beast, a VR sandbox where you mess with origami animals.
So I don't know much about that other than it sounds a lot like what is it, Dead by Daylight? Because it sounds like it's a multiplayer. You have 4 against 1 predator, so you have like humans. And
It's a VR game too, though.
is it?
I think
oh,
so.
okay.
I think so.
Where were you still talking about Predator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Predator terminated.
Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nintendo stuff.
Nintendo
Let's do
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Someone go.
Streets of Rage 4 received a...
Boring. Just kidding.
Whoa.
I don't know what you get out of doing that because you know it's not boring. They got a new trailer. No release date yet though. Axiom Verge 2 was announced. It's the one-man developed kind of Metroidvania. The problem is that it's just so much Metroid in this game
Yeah.
that it's like a Metroid clone at this point.
That is hard. I mean, I love Metroidvania games, but there are things where it's like, okay, it's a little too on the nose of like previous stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the only problem.
Yeah.
And I think the developer who did it correctly with their sequel was Risk of Rain, where they took their kind of minimalist like entry for the first one and then went full 3D for the second one. And that's like, okay, you took the idea of procedurally generated layouts and this adventure where you can just get weapons and stuff. You took that idea, you didn't just recycle it, you did something new. And
Yeah.
I just hope that people catch on. Dauntless, that kind of monster hunting online game, is coming to Switch, which, okay. Sports Story is coming, and that's like Golf Story, but it's a new adventure, and it's coming in mid-2020. The Talos Principle, whatever.
How's that not already out already? I want to swear. That game came out like 20 different
It's the
times.
deluxe edition, and it comes with more than 120 complex puzzles. Players will divert drones, manipulate laser beams, and replicate time to prove their worth. The Talos Principle.
Okay, sorry.
And that's available today.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you there because we're going to talk about what everyone's been waiting to talk about since this
Skateboard.
podcast started. Exactly. You read my mind. Me and you, we're linked to that.
Hey, yeah. That's developed by Glass Bottom Games, and it's a bunch of birds, and they shred, and it's coming out on Nintendo Switch in late 2020.
You know, I used to skateboard.
And we all did. If you live in California, you either have to skateboard or surf, or they kick you out when you're 10.
10.
Yeah, like Pokemon.
You have to go
It's
to
rough.
you have to go to Arizona.
So they're birds that
It's Tony Hawk with birds. It's cute.
That's cute.
sounds like another Untitled Goose game.
No. We'll see.
Nothing's better than that.
We'll see how many people talk about it and whether I like it or not.
I should have put Untitled Goose Game as my game of the year just to piss.
Sorry, that's not even like indies, just game of the year. Yeah.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is coming to Switch. I mean, how many times have I freaking played this
Yeah, I
game?
know, I'm
Jesus
over it.
Christ.
I was excited for the Vita version, and then that was it.
I wonder how well
Played that, and I was done.
Switch is doing just like on re-releases of games that people are like, oh, you want to play that portable, right? And
Dude, they're doing so freaking
yeah,
good.
no, they got
Yeah.
me.
Dude,
I mean,
Hell yeah.
yeah, people are buying games on Switch.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's a port of a game that they already bought.
way more expensive too. Like,
The weird thing about Switch, though, is that you do get a discount. And on top of that, you get coins that can actually be applied to more discounts.
That's true.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool, stupid system.
Yeah. I literally looked it up the other day. I was just like, what are these coins even do? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but you got to use them.
You got to use it.
Otherwise, you'll lose
and
them.
some games
Yeah.
have like a launch day discount too, I think.
Bowser.
They were saying,
Yeah.
Bowser comes and takes them. The president. The not you know.
Yeah. You know.
Not Bowser.
Yeah,
What's
that
his name?
Bowser.
God, that's overplayed
Bowser.
joke. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We got it.
Sorry.
Did we already talk about Murder by Numbers? Did I like black out?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. We didn't.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Is a visual novel, Murder by Numbers. Looks like just the thing for shit. I'm not reading this. Fucking screw you, Verge.
You know, do not read The Verge.
I clicked on the first link I saw.
We run.
Well, I would have clicked on Noisy Pixel.
We run a website, you guys. If you're seeing news on another website, don't talk about it. You know what we should talk about is how Steins Gate Zero and Steins Gate My Darling's Embrace launched in the West today. Or My Darling's Embrace launched on PS4, Switch, and PC, and Steins Gate Zero came to Switch. It's the 10th anniversary of Steins Gate, and My Darling's Embrace is like a love version of the game, so you can like romance girls. Jacob's reviewing it, so expect that soon.
Oh wait, there's something.
You're not going to talk about it?
Nobody could see his face, and it got me. Sorry.
You guys don't want to talk about it?
We could talk about it.
It's pretty spicy. I'm surprised it came out on PS4. But yeah, a stealth release. I think they should have built up to it. We could have did like a big thing for it. But yeah, it's okay.
You know what I do want to talk about actually?
Yeah.
From Kit Fox, the boyfriend dungeon. That one actually looks pretty cool. I like that one. Like
I've been playing this game. I've been playing Boyfriend Dungeon at events for the past like year and a half.
Oh yeah.
I'm just over it.
I'm
I'm
not
over the
over it.
dungeons and I'm over the boyfriends.
I just learned about it a few weeks ago, and like
That's good.
I'm ready for it.
I guess that means promotion's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you can cover it.
But
Do you think it's gonna take off? Like, even though you're you've
It is because all the hipster journalists are jumping on it.
those Untitled Goose.
if you love Untitled, Goose, you will love.
It's these.
That's true. They're marketing.
And if you're like, it's made by a group of female developers too, so that's a big part of it. I mean, the game's dope. I've just played it too much, so I'm kind of like desensitized to it. But when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is a really interesting game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dungeon Caller, date your sword. I'm
Yeah.
gonna date my sword. Date the hell out of my sword. I'll do weird things to my sword. You
Okay.
already know.
Well,
Okay.
that's all I got.
And Axiom Verge got a sequel.
That's we already talked about that.
Oh, sorry about that. Cut me out. So that's it for the news. I know you like to talk about our website. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
You are, yeah. I like to talk about our website, but there's nothing. Just look out for our stuff. If you listen to this podcast, just click on every article.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and stay on there for like 2 minutes on a page, and then go somewhere else. But stay in the website because it looks really good.
Yeah, there's
for our bounce.
I assume it doesn't count if like it's a background tab.
It does.
It does?
It
Oh,
does.
dude. Open like 5 of them and just leave them in the
Yeah.
background while you
Click on our
you do
Amazon
your
affiliate
homework.
links if you're gonna buy on Amazon.
Okay.
YouTube autoplay.
Yeah, just put a playlist on YouTube.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to get to know your pixels. But this is a very special get to know your pixels because we're just going to get to know a pixel. And that's our good friend here, Ian Goudelock.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard for
It's
I'm
all
so
right.
bad
It's
for names.
like so few people have that name.
So,
yeah.
Ian,
Yes.
first, what are you about? Who are you?
I
Like, we already know you got this very sultry NPR voice, but what's behind that voice?
Well, I do art stuff, and I've been playing games since I can remember, and a lot of that is like informed like my illustrations and stuff. So I do a lot of it sounds not PG, but like fan art of a lot of games and comics and stuff like that. So any nerd geek culture stuff I'm just super into. And yeah.
Are these fan arts that Azario want to check out?
No, he does really like good DC comic stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do. A lot of comic stuff. I've done some Zelda stuff.
Who's better, DC or Marvel?
It's hard because so many of the writers just kind of go back and forth, but I'm more of like the total world. Like I like Marvel's just more my jam, but I'm a huge Batman fan. So I love Batman. And
Batman has so many villains that you can pretty much draw forever.
I think he's a little bit easier to write for some people too. And man, good games too. I think there's a lot of other issues with Telltale, but I actually did like those last games that they were working on too. But yeah. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm a nerd. Yeah.
I would say what was like one of the first pivotal moments that like you're just like, whether it was just like a first console or first game where you're just oh dude, like I'm so set for this.
Okay, so this is gonna date me, but I remember when we got the first Nintendo system, and it was with the Duck Hunt and the Super Mario with the like orange zapper, and I was just all about that, like shooting those ducks and then platforming. That informed a lot of the games that I liked, and I'm a huge Zelda fan, so we got Zelda not too far long after. No idea what I was doing in that game, and
I don't think anyone does.
No, I still like to this day, like it's still one of those really cryptic games. But that really was like I was all about that. Apparently Pac-Man was like my first experience though, like on one of those flat arcade things, and I guess I was just mesmerized like by that when I was like under 1, but I can't remember that. So yeah, but that's when I knew.
Yeah. Did the illustration stuff start around the same time too? Or?
Yeah, I think drawing and then just playing games and all that, just since I have memory, it really started as soon as I was able to do stuff and mess about.
What kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it was the same kind of, like, we can't swear, huh? Can we swear?
We can swear.
Okay.
It's explicit, yeah.
I'll say crap. The same kind of crap that I do now. It was like I did. Oh my God. Like back in the day, like I did like a Sonic and meets Batman comic. So, I mean, it's not the kind of, no, it's not that kind of fan fiction, but it was like straight up, like just they were teaming up and they beat up.
I was hoping they fought each other. I want to see that fight.
No, but I did have like, Batman's in his Bubble and Sonic's keeping up with him and he's gaining a little bit of speed and that kind of stupid stuff. But like, but yeah. So, again, I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, it started basically as soon as I could try to do things, and I've been trying ever since.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Is Noise Picks your first foray to writing, doing stuff?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I'm such a newbie at like all this stuff. So writing and I mean, it's always that stuff like that you keep in the back of your head when you're playing a game too. It's like, what's good but like actually verbalizing that, writing it down is another challenge, and also how people will perceive that and making sure that come off the way you want to and not misinterpret it is a new challenge for me. So yeah.
I feel like a fraud every time I even write one word.
Yeah, no, same.
This fucker doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. And I've played like all my life, but like there are of course games that you haven't played that everybody else seems like they have. And that's something I constantly struggle with in my head. It's like, oh, well, who am I? That kind of stuff. So yeah.
Neato burrito.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Again, nobody could see the faces, but that was not a face of.
I feel like Azario's one of those like when we get up there and we're legitimately hiring people. Yeah. His interview process is just gonna be, he's gonna ask you one question and you're gonna talk and he's just gonna keep staring at you until you break.
He's just going to be like, what is your opinion on Untitled Goose Game? Because that is going to dictate what happens.
And no matter what your answer is, he stares at you for like 10 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Did I say the right thing? Oh, shit.
Only one way to go but up from here, boys.
Yeah,
that's right. All right. Well, that's a show.
That's a show.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming over, sitting down, being in my weird, strange room.
It's cool.
It's not that strange.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Could be more strange.
yeah. I need like,
I've seen stranger.
I need like the Azario like 3 bookcases and like
Oh my God,
stuff on the ground. Like
Yeah.
this
And
room's
you can have the
embarrassing.
debt too.
You got some cool stuff though. Well, nobody
got-
can see them, but
Well, that's my video set when I finally start doing stuff. So this is great audio.
yeah, yeah.
But it is
Look at all this stuff, guys.
but it is good stalling. Hey guys, thanks for listening. And you know what? You listening is supporting our website. Go around the website, click on a bunch of stuff. You know, doing that. But you can find Noisy Pixel on various social websites. On Twitter, that's going to be at Noisy Pixel News. Same for Instagram as well, right?
Yes.
Noisy Pixel News. That's right. That is. I got the confirmation. Subscribe to our YouTube. Just go over there, youtube.com/Noisy Pixel News. Click on all the videos. Let them play. If there's ads or you know, no, not yet.
We don't have ads
Don't
yet.
click on any. I don't think there are any ads.
No. We did get a copyright claim on our Avicii,
No way.
Avicii review.
Get out of
Asshole.
town.
He's dead and he's still taking my...
I was
Wow.
Even in
I
death,
was
he's still
wondering
taking my
about.
money.
Yeah, that sucks.
So yeah, but don't forget to send your questions and comments to Victor@noisypixel.net. You know, just send to me. I'll be sure to just shrill them all over our following shows, and that's gonna be it for us.
That's gonna
Thank you
be
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, say bye, everybody.
Bye.